Hey, Gastonia dog owners. You know what a great city this is for you and your furry friend. But let's be real. To really enjoy all the cool spots, from the parks to just walking downtown, having a well-behaved dog is key. So we're going to break down how to find the right trainer who can help you and your pup get the most out of life right here in town.
Okay, so here's our plan. We'll touch on 5 main things. First, why training is so helpful for life in Gastonia. Then, what makes a great trainer. We'll also look at choosing the right program for you, cover the practical stuff like costs and rules, and finally talk about where you can put all that new training into practice. Let's get to it.
All right, Section 1, Training for Gastonia Life. You know, this is all about unlocking the best of the city with your dog. It's really not just about sit and stay. It's about opening up a whole world where you can share more of your life with your best friend.
Just think about it, taking a nice, easy stroll around Rankin Lake Park, or maybe heading over to the Gastonia Farmers Market. It's just so much better when your dog is calm and listening to you, right? Not pulling on the leash, not barking at every little thing. Those are the moments we all want. Good training is what makes that possible, turning your dog into a fantastic companion for all these local adventures.
Okay, so that's the why. Now for the who. What makes a great trainer? We're going to look for real expertise and, just as important, the right philosophy. So let's talk about the single most important concept, positive reinforcement. This is really the gold standard for modern dog training. It's simple, really. You reward the behaviors you want, like giving a treat for a good sit. This builds a super strong bond between you two, all without using fear or intimidation. It's not just effective, it's how you raise a happy, confident dog that everyone in the neighborhood loves to see. Now, I know these letters can look like alphabet soup, but these credentials are a big deal. They basically tell you that a trainer has put in the work to get educated and they're committed to proven, science-based methods. For everyday stuff, basic obedience, look for things like CPD-TKA or KPA-CTP. But if you're working through some tougher issues like serious fear or reactivity, then you'll want to find someone with more specialized certifications, like an IABC-CDBC or a CBCC-KA. It shows they have a deeper level of expertise. Okay, part 3. Choosing the right program. This is all about finding the absolute best fit for both you and your dog. So you've really got 2 main paths here, group classes or private lessons. Group classes are awesome for socialization and for teaching your dog to listen to you when there are other dogs and people around, which is a huge skill. On the other hand, private lessons are perfect for zeroing in on specific issues that happen right in your own house. Things like your dog surfing the counters for snacks or making a mad dash for the door every time it opens. And then there's the board and train option. This is where your dog goes to live with the trainer for a bit for some really intensive learning. It can be a fantastic way to get a jump start on things. But, and this is a big but, the training doesn't magically stick on its own. When your dog comes home, it's your turn. You have to be actively involved in the follow-up to make sure all that great progress continues. Think of it like the trainer building the foundation, and you're the one who has to live in the house and maintain it. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 4 is all about the practical stuff. Costs, the questions you need to ask, and the local rules. This is your checklist for hiring a trainer. Let's talk money. This chart gives you a solid ballpark of what you can expect to pay for training right here in Gastonia. You can see a 6-week group class usually runs somewhere between $130 and $250. A private lesson is going to be around $80 to $140 for an hour. And then you get to the bigger investments, like a 2-week board and train, which can be a few $1,000s. Having these numbers should really help you figure out what works for your budget. Okay, before you sign on the dotted line with anyone, you've got to ask some questions. Think of it like you're interviewing them for a very important job. You absolutely have to ask about their training philosophy to make sure you're on the same page. Make sure they can give you a clear plan for your specific goals. That shows they're actually listening. And this last one is so important. If you're dealing with a behavior issue, ask if they'll coordinate with your vet. A true pro will always be willing to work as part of a team. Being a great dog owner here in Gastonia also means knowing the local rules of the road. And honestly, they're pretty simple. The big one is the leash law. If you're not on your own property, your dog needs to be on a leash. That's city code. Of course, you've got to have a current rabies vaccination. That's state law. And just be a good neighbor, Excessive barking can be considered a nuisance. A good trainer will help you make sure following these rules is second nature. And here we are at my favorite part, Section 5, putting all that training into practice. After all the work you and your dog put in, it's time to get out there and show off those new skills.
Let's look at some awesome spots around Gastonia to do just that.
So, where should you go? Well, Lineberger Park has a fenced dog park, which is the perfect safe space to practice your dog's recall without any worries. Rankin Lake Park, with its 1.8-mile paved trail, is fantastic for practicing that loose leash walking, especially with distractions like other people and bikes going by. And when you're ready to level up, take your leash dog to Crowder's Mountain State Park. The natural distractions on those trails are an amazing way to work on advanced focus.
You know, when it comes right down to it, having a well-trained dog just makes every part of your life in Gastonia that much better. It means you can relax at home without chaos. It means greeting your neighbors on a walk is a pleasant experience, not a stressful one. It's really about being able to enjoy your city and your community with your four-legged friend by your side. Finding that right training partner is the first step, and it will open up a whole new world for both of you.